The top one, there's one that says
This-
master control. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you're right.
All right.
And the bottom one is me.
Okay.
Okay. And your microphone is turned on. I get it. There's somebody at Tulsa. You might.
Yes.
Tulsa, can you hear and see us okay?
Yes, I can.
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You bet. You know how to operate the microphone, right? You bet. Out of here. Let's have a good one. Just before you're ready to get started, if you want to call the control room and let them know, that way they'll know to go ahead and start your record. And then when you get done, you can call them.
Master Control.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey.
Are you getting a good audio level over here?
Yeah, go ahead and talk into the mic.
Hi, welcome everyone.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
All right. He'll be ready to start here in just a few. Do you want him to call you before he gets started?
I've got the DVD going, so
Okay, very good.
just whenever he's ready, go ahead and go.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, I'm just calling him stuff.
Yes, sir.
Huh? You there?
Yeah, Dr. Thomas is there.
Are you?
Yes.
There? Oh.
Hello, Dr. Saran. And my topic is on secure and reliable deep space networks. And introductory, recently satellite technology has emerged tremendously since Arthur Clarke first invented it.
Just a quick question. So,
Yes, sir.
you want to talk about all these slides?
Initially, the first slides are just an introduction to satellite systems, and then I have my main part. Do you want me to skip some? Or?
Because I have to share my part. I suggest you.
Okay, the presentation,
Yes, sir.
15 minutes. Then we'll do the oral exam.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then satellite systems have an advantage of global coverage and have a very good broadcast capability over terrestrial networks. And there are two important elements of satellite networks. Those are satellite and the Earth stations, and generally data packets are transmitted from the Earth stations to satellite and vice versa. And satellite networks are composed of mobile satellites, fixed ground stations, and communication links, and generally have the characteristics of long propagation delays and limited energy and some such other constraints. Satellite networks have very good advantage of terrestrial networks because they can have a coverage, geographical coverage, which is hard for even to have in case of a terrestrial network. So the main motivation behind this is that space-based networks are fast becoming a reality, and there's very little work that has been suggested on secure mode of communication, and this includes unauthorized access, which can impact operations and can also lead to the abortion of a mission. And the network protocols that have been developed for ad hoc networks are not suitable for interspace, deep space networks, as node mobility cannot be predetermined and links do not have long propagation delays. So we are looking at a solution that can take advantage of this two factors and provide us with a better communication channel. And the main objective is to develop an algorithm that increases reliability in terms of minimum energy consumption while minimizing overheads. And it can be stated such that as long as two nodes that are within a communication range, they should be able to share a key such that the total energy consumed in the path is minimum. And this is realized by assigning cost to every node and every link in the path, and then optimally selecting a path which has the lowest cost. We use location-based authentication in our approach. One obvious advantage is that it guarantees that as long as two nodes are within a transmission range R, they will be able to share a key. And not only that, this also takes advantage of the location information that is known because the mobile satellites rotate in a predetermined orbital kinematics. And this is a much secure design which takes advantage of location-based information. Now, this is how we are assuming a system architecture to be. The nodes which are denoted like S, Si to Sj, they are the source nodes that are one hop away from the ground station, and the destination node may be a satellite or a space shuttle. And as I mentioned, node compromise is a serious threat because due to the advance in space technology, there are a lot of spacecrafts and a lot of things going around, and we want to protect that. We want to propose a solution that is compromise tolerant, that is in case there are even a lot of nodes that are compromised, we want a security mechanism that is still secure. And we define the security model, and we assume let P and Q be two large primes, and E over Fp, it indicates an elliptical curve, y square is equal to x cube plus ax plus b, and we denote G1, which is a Q order subgroup of additive group of points by E over Fp, and G2 is a Q order subgroup of multiplicative group of finite field F over P square. And initially, before network deployment, we assume that each and every node can generate these parameters. And once after this task, we assume that each and every node is loaded with these parameters like P, Q, E over Fp, G1, G2, E, H, W, and W pub, which are required to and its private key, which are required later to derive location-based information, and location-based key. And it is computationally infeasible to deduce k from either the pairs because due to the complexity in solving the discrete logarithmic problem. And once we have this information, we use this location-based authentication was initially a security model that was proposed in sensor networks. So in that, they have two localization techniques, range-based localization and range-free localization. And for our space-based model, we use range-free localization because in that, it assumes that there are a couple of nodes that know their location information, and in our case, each and every node has this location-based information. And in case suppose node A wishes to discover and authenticate its neighboring nodes, then initially node A sends a broadcasting authentication request along with its ID and location with a random nonce. Now, upon receipt of this message, node B verifies the claim distance. That is, as I mentioned earlier, two nodes can share a key as long as they are within a specific communication range. So it makes sure that value, the Euclidean distance, is within that distance, and in that case, it derives the KBA, a key based on this value. And in case if the earlier mentioned property is not satisfied, it just discards the message. Now, once it computes its KBA, it then sends a message to node A, including its ID, a random nonce NB, and MIC that's computed as follows. Now, upon receiving the message, node A, it also first checks the inequality to make sure that it is within the communication range, and then it goes ahead and derives a shared key, and this is transmitted. And this also generates, and node A returns to node B a new MIC computed as follows. Now, once node B receives back the message from node A, now it considers that node A is an authentic neighbor. Now, the above process is valid if and only if A and B both have a correct location-based key, and this is how it's equivalent. Now, there are some couple of keywords that I want to go through before stating my algorithm. Mobile satellites are satellites that rotate in along predetermined orbits, and there's a physical graph. Initially, without performing any operations, the links or the way two nodes are neighboring each other and all that is